Okay, so my experience with school was actually really good, and I think listening to other people's experiences, I've realised how lucky I was. What happened was that after a kind of year and struggling with eating difficulties, and then another year of struggling with kind of really low mood and self-harm, but by myself and not saying anything, I then sat my GCSEs and went into sixth form, where I knew that things would kind of get bad. I didn't realise how much things would spiral out of control, and at that point it was really about kind of catching up and trying to hold myself, because I was just, really low. Schoolwork was slipping, and I was really getting by just because the teachers knew me and they knew that I wasn't normally like this. I tried kind of approaching my parents and that didn't work, and at that point I reached out to my form tutor, and he was really good at kind of listening to how I was feeling and really acting on that straight away. So as scary as the whole experience was, he immediately spoke to the head of sixth form, who spoke to the school nurse and kind of gave me at least somewhere that I could talk. It wasn't easy, but from there they actually got me in to see the school counsellor and the school GP, who came maybe once every 3 weeks, which I found really helpful, because for family reasons I couldn't go to my own GP, and actually she just understood and she listened to me, and it was in the school setting, and really I can say that she saved me so many times, and really understood how I was struggling and also what it means to struggle in school. So she had the medical side of it, but she also had knowledge through being around school, what it was like in my school and what sort of experiences I would be having on a day-to-day basis, which really helped, because then they were able to liaise with my teachers and kind of say, look, this is what she needs, and we need to be there in order to give her that. And done in a kind of discreet way, because I was very aware that I didn't want people to think I was mental. I didn't want my parents to find out. I didn't want my peers to find out. And they really supported me, and especially stuff like, if I was to give examples, giving me the space to talk in the nurse's office, so I could go there at any point, I could walk out of any lesson and go and talk to her. And knowing that I could say something to my form tutor and he would communicate that with other teachers, say if I wasn't going to be able to do my work, or I was falling behind in something, or maybe if I behaved oddly in a lesson, that he would really be able to field some of those requests. I didn't feel like the pressure was on me. And I think they really believed in me as well, and that was another thing that was really helpful, because I was really struggling, thinking, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, and they just were there at every step. I knew I could go in and talk to my head of SIT, and she was really good. So I would say kind of all the teachers being on the same page and being coordinated by someone was really helpful. Having the medical input, the nurse, the school doctor that actually understood what it was like and could help me in that way. And also having people believe in me where I didn't believe in myself, and really just supporting me whenever I needed it. And making allowances when I needed it as well, and also the discretion, because you don't want it to be kind of everyone's business or everyone to know about what you're going through, and even kind of to the point where I was admitted into hospital, they liaised really, really well with the school at the hospital, and if it wasn't for my school, I wouldn't be where I was now. I would not have passed my exams. I wouldn't be in uni at all. They saved me so many times. And I especially had an amazing school GP. She had a local practice, and when things got really bad, I went to the nurse, and the nurse said, right, I'm sending her to you, make time. And she saw me at her practice, and she saved my life, straight up saved my life. And there's nothing, you can't repay people for doing that, but I hope that others, in getting other schools to kind of learn some of those lessons so that other young people don't have to go through the same thing, is a kind of way of making sure that that kind of good learning and that good piece of work carries on. You're the front line that young people are seeing every day, and just one teacher picking up on a young person not quite being themselves or behaving slightly oddly or looking like they're low, that can make the world of difference. And I would say, don't be scared. Address things head on. If you suspect something, take it to your line manager. Have the conversations that need to be had, because you can be really helping someone who's really struggling and not able to actually speak about it. So my one piece of advice would be observant and address things head on. If I was to talk about why I feel Exceed is a really kind of useful scheme, is that in talking to so many people, so many young people along the way and professionals, school is often the place where things go wrong, or sometimes the place where things go right. And actually that learning isn't captured anywhere. My school were amazing, and unfortunately I've talked to a lot of people that it wasn't the same for them. And I think that an initiative like this of really recognising the merit there is in a school as an organisation, as a big institution, looking after young people's emotional well-being, it's a massive piece of work that's being recognised. And in this climate where schools are being, squeezed and squeezed and squeezed, and tick boxes and, expectations and outcomes, it's something that can actually just get forgotten. There's a lot of talk about pastoral care and stuff like that, but what are you actively doing for people that may be suffering from emotional difficulties? Are you promoting emotional well-being? This is the stuff that this accreditation picks up on, and it's the stuff that's key to every single individual's experience of school. And that's a massive thing. We all have memories of what our school was like. Our grades stay with us, but so do our memories and our experiences. And this is something that really captures the young person's experience of school and supports schools in a positive way in being able to support young people with emotional difficulties and to support other young people to just maintain emotional well-being.